Between 1850 and 1870, over 200,000 immigrants journeyed from China to the United States, searching for opportunity and hope in a new land. But what they found was something very different. A wave of discrimination and exclusion, culminating in some of the most restrictive immigration laws in U.S. history. In 1875, the U.S. government passed the Page Act, targeting so-called undesirable immigrants. Though its language was broad, the act primarily sought to bar Chinese women, accusing them of being prostitutes, and drastically limiting the immigration of East Asian women altogether. Just 7 years later, Congress passed the infamous Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, banning all Chinese laborers from entering the country for 10 years. This marked the first time the United States explicitly banned an entire ethnic group from immigration. But it didn't stop there. In 1892, the Geary Act renewed the Chinese Exclusion Act for another decade, introducing harsh new measures. Chinese residents were now required to register with the government and carry a permit as proof of residence. Those who didn't comply faced deportation or even a year of penal labor. The act essentially criminalized Chinese presence in America, but the Chinese community didn't sit silently. They resisted, and their story is one of courage, resilience, and solidarity. Chinese organizations across the United States, like the Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association, urged their communities to take a stand. They refused to register, instead pooling their resources to challenge the law in court. Out of an estimated 110,000 Chinese residents, only about 3,000 registered by the April 1893 deadline. This resistance culminated in a landmark Supreme Court case, Fong Yue Ting v. United States. Unfortunately, in a 5-3 decision, the court upheld the Geary Act, cementing its place in law. But the fight wasn't over. In 1896, a second case, Wong Wing v. United States, successfully invalidated the Act's harshest penalties, imprisonment and forced labor, on the grounds that they violated the Fifth and Sixth Amendments. The ruling didn't overturn the Geary Act, but it was a critical win for the rights of Chinese Americans. Despite its legal standing, the Geary Act was almost impossible to enforce. By the early 1900s, only 14% of Chinese residents had registered, leaving the U.S. government unable to deport the remaining 85,000 unregistered individuals. The cost and logistics made the act effectively moot. Though the Chinese Exclusion and Geary Acts weren't officially repealed until 1943, the resistance of Chinese Americans highlighted the power of collective action and the ongoing fight for justice. The story of Chinese exclusion is a stark reminder of the consequences of prejudice, but it's also a testament to resilience. It teaches us that even in the face of systemic injustice, resistance can pave the way for change. Remember, learn, and share their story. Thank you for watching. If you found this video meaningful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories from history that still shape our world today.